Choosing Delivery Driver Stories. This is Pizza Girl, and tonight I thought I would give a quick talk about dogs. So, I'm not necessarily not a dog person. However, I do believe that, a dog's house, that's his house, it's his territory, and I am totally an invader of his territory. And usually, some dogs, when they're feeling threatened or territorial, they may just act appropriately. So when you order pizza, it's prudent to put your dog away. Even if you think that Buttons is the nicest dog on the planet and will never ever bite you, you're probably correct. Buttons probably never will bite you. However, Buttons very well could bite someone who they think is an intruder, a threat, whatever. So this is not an all across the boards thing, because all dogs are different, all breeds are different. Okay, we get it. However, how many effing times have I been at a door where the dog's coming right at me? Where the dog is jumping on me. Oh, it doesn't bite. Okay. So I have one story. This is actually a submission where the driver goes to the house and there is this enormous Rottweiler behind the screen door. So screen door is not all that. It's kind of flimsy. So I'm of the opinion that a Rottweiler can get through a screen door if he wants to. Okay. So the driver arrives at the house, dog's flipping out behind the screen door. The owner comes out and leaves just the screen door, the house door is open and the screen door is there, and there's the dog right behind it. He asks the guy, "Can you please put your dog away before I come onto the porch? I'm not coming onto the porch if you don't put the dog away." The guy laughs. Driver repeats, "Can you please put the dog away so we can proceed with, the transaction here?" Guy continues to laugh and doesn't put the dog away, or at least shut the door, okay? Finally, driver ends up leaving and guy doesn't get his pizza. So I've had similar situations personally where I went to a house and there was this ravenous this dog sounded like it wanted to tear my throat out, okay? And I was standing on the porch steps, and there's a window on the porch with a screen, the same situation. So it's only a screen. And this was a big dog, you could tell. And I'm aware that dogs are often, their bark is worse than their bite. All right, but this dog was just not having it. So the woman was at least cooler than the guy with the Rottweiler, but she still didn't shut the window, and here I am the entire time fearing for my damn life that this dog is gonna fly through the screen and take my throat out. Another time, actually more recently, I go to this apartment, I knock on the door, and from the outset I can hear a dog, where I can hear the nails on the floor, it starts barking, the whole nine. The girl opens the door, and out comes this, it was a big spaniel, I guess, maybe a Springer Spaniel or something to that effect. And this thing was a decent 80 pounds, at least. So this thing is flying all over the place. It jumps up on me. I'm protecting myself with the hot bag. She's signing the credit card slip. And this dog is losing it. So finally it comes back and I feel teeth on my elbow. And I'm hell no. So I very sharply say, "Hey!" And the dog backs off. So then she starts going, "Oh, I can't do this. I can't take it. I can't handle it. Meh, 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 meh." I'm you just had to put your dog away. This isn't a huge deal. Finally, I go back to the store if she says I yelled at her dog, you're damn right I yelled at her dog. Thankfully, my manager agreed with me, and that was that. She didn't call, but it was definitely kind of a problem. I went to another house, completely different area of town. I knock on the door. girl answers, and she's clearly like, not in control of this dog. So here's the dog. I think it had one of those, like it had just been fixed or something. It had like a dish, or like the satellite dish on. But this was a big, like, burly, and I am not opposed to pit bulls in any like at all. Okay, so I'm not one of those like anti-bully people. But this dog happened to definitely be some sort of pit bull. Burly dog. It's sitting there growling like, I'm gonna get you. Like, it is standing behind her legs, and it starts like almost, I'm gonna say bluff charging me, if you will. I don't know what the right term for this is. It starts bluff charging me, I guess, and I'm really like, okay, this dog is about to attack me. Like, clearly he's defensive of the house. He doesn't like me being there, and I totally understand it. It's fine. That's his house, but put your dog away. Okay, nothing ever happened, but I had to put a note in the system, and there was, I believe, a problem with another driver, but I can't recall totally. Another time, I go to this house way out in the middle of kind of nowhere. I pull into the driveway, and here are these two, I don't even remember what they were. They were big dogs, though. I want to say one was like a shepherd and one was like a Doberman. I mean, I don't really remember, but they weren't Chihuahuas, all right? So I pull in the driveway, and they are blocking me from going around. This house you had to deliver to the back deck. They never use the front door. So I was not about to get out and go past those dogs. I mean, chances are nothing's going to happen. However, like, I'm not about to put myself or the dogs in that kind of position. So I call. Woman gets all huffy puffy with me like, oh, they're not going to bite you. They're fine. Don't even worry about it. Just come in. I'm like, ma'am, I'm really sorry. I'm not walking up your driveway with your dogs there. This is their home, and I'm going to respect that. She didn't want to hear it. I stood my ground, and I wasn't about to, like, that wasn't happening. I was not walking past it. Finally, she came out, and, she was a little bit rude, but I'm like, sorry, lady. Like, you know what happens if your dog bites me? Or anyone? Your dog bites me, and I have to, like, probably get checked out, make sure there's no rabies or whatever the hell you do, tetanus. And then chances are, if I do that, there's probably going to be a vicious dog thing. I actually had a dog years ago that this dog never would have bit me. However, I did tell the parents that we didn't know if the dog was going to bite or not. They decided to let their 2-year-old be completely unattended around the dog. Hold on. I gotta park here. Put it right there. So yeah, if I put myself in a position with 2 dogs that are guarding their house and the dog happens to bite, there will be repercussions. There will probably be a vicious dog hearing, and if there is a vicious dog hearing and the dog is declared vicious, there are like consequences to that. And I don't really want to do that. Just put your dog away. Another time, I have ordered to nice house, again, middle of nowhere. Dog comes out, I think it was a golden retriever. Dog is happy at first, and then the woman's like, oh, he doesn't bite. I literally look down and my elbow is in this dog's mouth. So I'm like, yeah, sure, you're right. Dog doesn't bite. Okay, great, awesome. Glad I'm safe. I'm all for pets. I'm all for dogs. I'm all for having a dog. In fact, when my kids are older, I will probably get a dog. Until then, I believe that the family dog, he's part of a pack, he's part of a family unit, and I'm not in the family unit. Okay, so as much as you'd like to think like your dog is this, angel from heaven, which they very well may be. However, the pizza guy is not part of the pack. And there's a possibility that the dog will defend the pack against the pizza guy. Okay, I've heard of plenty of other stories where drivers have been attacked by dogs, bitten by dogs, rushed by dogs, blah, 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 blah. Again, my own dog bit a 2-year-old, okay? You know, do yourselves and the world and your dog and the driver a favor and be a responsible dog owner, okay? Don't just assume that your dog is not going to be aggressive, even playfully aggressive, okay? I delivered the other night to a house where every time I moved the pizza box, this dog acted aggressively. Dog was perfectly fine until I took the boxes out of the bags, and anytime I moved to the left or the right, this dog saw these boxes. It responded aggressively. So anyway, dogs. And there's more, but that's what I got for right now. So I'm going to close this video with, if you order pizza, put your dog away. So, if you have a story, a delivery driver story, pizza guy story, pizza story that you'd like to share, feel free to shoot us an email at deliverydriverstories@gmail.com. Go check out the website. We got about 30-ish stories over there already. Deliverydriverstories.com. And any comments that are formed as stories below will be considered a submission, and we will post them on the blog. As always, a random dude in the road. That's actually my coworker. Anywho, I don't know if he's okay. So as always, drive safe, be safe, you know. Have a good night.